Hello everyone, what's everybody's doing? In glace, and today we'll be doing another reaction video. This one we'll be reacting to my biggest regret of 2021 so far is the boogeyman. So hope you like it. If you give me a big thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, turn notifications, and let's get started.
Get me some food, okay? I'm the boogeyman! The ginger! Gotta shove it. Gotta shove it.
Shove it, squad. I hope you're all ready for today's episode of Ring of the Hawk. Well, you should be, because today's wrestler's been requested on YouTube more than anybody else. And I'm not really sure why that is. When today's competitor was in the WWE, I was barely paying attention to the product, so I can't remember if he was any good in the ring. But the gimmick itself is memorable, to say the least. Just before we get into all of that, make sure you join us on the Flying to Graceland World Tour as we fly together to the Graceland of 100k subscribers. And if you say that you're not, you're just a bunch of liars. And of course,
If you know a wrestler that can do the J-O-B to the H-A-W-K any night, any day, ha ha! Shove their name in the comments, Jack!
alright, the boogeyman, he wrestled and ate worms, but did he suck sperms? So before we start, one quick thing to clear up. The boogeyman originally lied about his age when coming into wrestling. He got started really late. He was around 40 years of age at the time of this run, and he debuted on SmackDown, hiding under a table with a serving tray on his head, scaring Simon Dean. Not exactly a promising start, is it? Match 1, Simon Dean, who is scared of the boogeyman versus the boogeyman, who gets a big pop from the crowd. Then he smashes a clock over his head and fireworks go off. At least it wasn't a brick. Taz and Michael Cole are discussing what disease he has, and they settle on Tourette's. Simon tries to jump him, but then changes his mind and falls over. The boogeyman shakes and starts walking towards him. Simon is crying and pleading and throws a tampon at him. The boogeyman gets a fistful of worms and shoves them in his mouth. Simon's terrified, and then the boogeyman jabs him in the face. Boogie picks him up pump handle style and then hits a reverse body slam. No idea if he's any good in the ring based on this performance, but he's certainly got a lot of gimmicks going for him at once. A worm-eating, clock-smashing horror film gimmick. I guess it's a C because he seems like an interesting young chap. Match 2, SmackDown, the Boogeyman versus Ray Gordy, some jobber who looks like a seagull. Boogeyman shakes towards C. Gordy as he panics and tries to flap his wings and fly away. Boogie chokes him in the corner.
Well, the reason why he's not good is because
slams
he's not in his
C. Gordy
prime
down to the
anymore.
floor with
He's
authority, and then he
40
knees him to the
years
gut.
old.
This time he hits a proper pump handle, which in my opinion looks less impressive than the other slam he used. He spits his worms all over his face and then he
Again,
leaves undefeated.
it's
He
because
already
he's
feels like a joke, unfortunately.
not in his
The guy
prime
looks
anymore.
legitimately freaky, and with some work he could be a more serious character. It's a D. Match 3, SmackDown opener, the Boogeyman versus Nunzio with Vito. Boogeyman dances around the ring and Nunzio falls over on his ass. Boogie hooks both of his arms.
Again, it's just because he's limited in his room, Russ.
Starts throwing headbutts, and then he chucks
He's
Nunzio
limited
across the ring.
because he can't,
He smiles
you
with
know,
worms hanging out of his mouth, and he throws Greedo back in the
fight
corner.
wrestle like a lot
And it's over.
because
Vito wants to help his little friend, but he's too scared and he doesn't bother. From now on, it's an S until an actual match happens, because we're 3 matches in and I still have no idea if this guy's any good. No match for quite a while now. The Boogeyman has started harassing JBL and Jillian Hall, which leads to match 4, Royal Rumble 2006. The Boogeyman versus JBL with Jillian Hall. At least we should get something here. Bradshaw is scared and doesn't want to get in the ring. This is a former world champion right here. Bradshaw eventually does get in the ring and uses Jillian Hall as a human shield, and then he bails from the ring again. Boogeyman then tries to reenact that one scene from The Lady and the Tramp with the spaghetti. Bradshaw fights
I bet that was kind of funny.
He fights back with a punch of his own, and then Bradshaw throws him out the ring and he rolls around like a complete moron. Bradshaw throws him
Again,
into the
he's
desk
old,
and gets
that's
him
why
in the
he's
ring.
limited.
Jillian starts to distract the referee and Bradshaw chokes Boogie with some tape. JBL tries a clothesline from hell but misses and smacks into the ring pole. The Boogeyman then finishes him off with a pump handle in a 3-minute pay-per-view match. What a weird one. They tried to be serious and brawl around the ring, and then the Boogeyman beat Bradshaw despite only hitting 1 punch and a pump handle. Still no idea if he's any good, but at least he beat Bradshaw. So I have to retract my previous statement and not give him an S, but it's a D instead. Match 5, SmackDown. Orlando Jordan versus the Boogeyman. Oh, for God's sake, is he going to have a single serious match here? Boogeyman is distracted by the referee, so Orlando
Again,
jumps
he's
in.
old, that's why
OJ
he's...
slams him in the corner, but nothing seems to be hurting him. The Boogie then catches Orlando and hits a big clothesline.
Limits
Pump
it to
handle
what he can
slam,
do.
it's over. Another match that went less than a minute, and this one is a definite S.
Oh,
Michael
man!
Cole asked, what's wrong with him? I've been asking myself the same question all night. Well, so far this has the potential to be the worst competitor in Ring of the Hawk of all time. It could even be as bad as Garrett Bischoff. But I'm sure out of 20-odd matches, there has to be one passable match. Just one. That's all I ask, please. Match 6, SmackDown, 2-on-1 handicap match. The Dicks. What is it with all these weird gimmicks in 2006? Versus the Boogeyman, who everyone is still terrified of, by the way. At least Booker T's on commentary, which makes it entertaining, with his insane commentary. The Dicks try to hit him, but it's not having much effect. He throws one into the corner and hits a
And also, that's actually
the other one gets
a
a
ring
out of the
name.
ring. The Boogeyman throws one of the Dicks into the other on the ring
Sorry,
apron, and he
that's
crashes
so
into the commentary
funny.
desk. And then we get a beautiful new move with a choke bomb, and Boogie wins yet again. At least he hit a new move, but the match is still shorter than your dad's dick. Booker T runs away and Boogeyman spreads worms over the commentary desk. It's a D for spectacle, but what I'm trying to figure out is why you all hate me so much and ask me to sit through all this rubbish. What did I ever do to any of you? Was it because back in the day I tried to start a boycotting movement of the WrestleMania channel, #ban the Brummy? Or was it for insulting Adam Dreary at What Culture? I think he was the one who sang that wacky song, wasn't he? I truly love
Oh god.
for you. Stay strong and look out for all those TNA maniacs. Because you've got to do it for me and you, Jesse.
Sorry, but copyright.
That's not what your girlfriend said when I took off her thong.
Oh
Match 7,
god.
WrestleMania 22, 2-on-1 handicap match, Booker T and Sharmell versus the Boogeyman. I can't believe he's at WrestleMania. Booker and Sharmell both cry with fear. I cried with anger. Booker tries to make his wife start the match, but then Booker jumps him with a shot from behind. The Bookman gives him a beat down and then boots Boogie in his worm. Booker hits a big-time sidekick for a 2 count, the biggest move that he's taken so far in this run. Booker's more confident now and he chokes Boogie across the ropes. The crowd are bored and they're chanting, "Show us your worm." The Boogeyman eventually no-sells Booker T's offense, but Booker T hits him with a bookend for another 2 count. It looks like his undefeated run made the overhit. Boogie starts a fight back with some weird strikes and then he dodges the scissors kick and hits a big-time forearm. The Boogeyman sends Booker into the corner post and he pulls out a pocket full of worms. Sharmell gets to the ring with the Boogeyman's staff, but she can't hit him with it because he turns around. Then he kisses her with a mouthful of worms. She screams and runs away. Booker misses an attack in the corner and then the Boogeyman puts him away with the choke bomb. This wasn't good. That's how you define this match. It just wasn't good. It was still a surprising win over Booker T, and that kiss spot is pretty funny, however. I can't give it anything more than a D, but at least he beat a legend here. Who did Booker T piss off to be in this situation anyway? Match 8 SmackDown 7 months later, so it's not going well for him then, is it? The Boogeyman versus TJ Dalton, who has pale skin and greasy ginger hair.
Well, that's because he suffered an injury.
Nothing happens and the Boogeyman eats his worms and knocks him down. Choke bomb, it's over.
Again,
It's also
he's
a
really
shame.
old.
I have to hand it to
That's
the guy.
why he
He's so committed
can't
to this gimmick, despite the fact
wrestle
that the Fed obviously
that
have nothing
much.
of any substance planned for him. Match 9, SmackDown opener, 2-on-1 handicap match. The Boogeyman versus The Miz and Chris.
Well, never happened.
With no entrance. Miz starts out with strikes and is the only person so far who doesn't seem to be scared. Miz gets choked and then Crystal grows some balls and jumps on the Boogeyman's back. He throws her off and Miz jumps the man. Miz scores a big clothesline knockdown before the Boogeyman hits one of his own. The Miz bails from the ring and leaves his partner alone in the ring with the Boogeyman and his worms.
It's not an
He
A.
then spits worms into her face, just randomly ends. Not sure who won the match, but it was stupid. However, Crystal bouncing around in the ring is a rare Ring of the Hawk A. I'm just joking, the match sucked.
Oh, man!
Yeah.
Match 10, SmackDown main event, the Boogeyman. During his entrance, Michael Cole asked Bradshaw how he became known as the Hawk. I often ask myself the same question. He's taking on Mike Bazanian, who says he's also undefeated. He's being wacky, and the Boogeyman shuts him up with a kick.
Yeah.
The
I believe
Miz
you.
sends him over the top with a clothesline. The Miz is now scared and doesn't want to get back in the ring. How on earth is this the main event of SmackDown whilst Kane versus MVP in a cage is the opener? Miz does eventually get back in the ring and jumps the man. Miz starts slamming Boogie in the corner, but he no-sells it. The Miz hits an eye rake and a drop kick for a 2 count. The Miz continues doing well with a jawbreaker and a couple of clotheslines. I've not seen Boogie get destroyed like this before. The Miz starts being wacky again and yelling hoorah at the crowd. Another terrible gimmick in this video. The boogeyman suddenly spits out worms and this throws Miz off his game. He runs away like a little girl dumping in his nappy. The ref is trying to count out the Miz, but the boogeyman starts tripling worms over the referee.
The ref's like, wait, what?
So I guess this one doesn't have a winner either. It's a D because it was kind of funny. I still have no idea if he can wrestle. This is terrible, but I'm still
Again,
hanging on to hope that
that's
this
because
can be
he
one decent match.
old.
Match 11, Armageddon 2006. The Miz. This hoorah gimmick is making my ears bleed. Just shut up.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I guess because the last two matches have ended without a decisive winner, this is happening again. Boogeyman's Pyro has ADHD this week. Boogie hits a couple of clotheslines and the Miz has to bail for the ring. He gets brought in with an arm drag.
Brought in
He
the
then
hard
hits a
way.
scoop slam before the Miz fights back and sends Boogie into the corner pole. The Miz...
Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you guys like this video, give this video a big thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, turn notifications, and leave a comment. Subscribe to the channel for safety. And yeah, guys, again, we're almost close to 530 subscribers. 530 subscribers, that's a lot. If we could go, we really appreciate it. Again, this grows must closer will go or reach 1,000 subscribers. And for those people watching, so where you go, we really appreciate it. Because again, these videos are possible to you guys. And we love you guys so much for all your support. Like we always say, and we always mean. And yeah. Also, you guys want to watch this? It was made by Marky D13123. Put the link to his video down in the description. But yeah. Alright guys, here we go. Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video, leave a comment, subscribe for more, and we'll catch you guys for tomorrow for part 2 of our reaction to my biggest regret of 2021 so far, the Boogeyman. Alright guys, here you go. Goodbye. Have a good day or night.